Hi, I'm Zed Williams.
Okay. And what year did you graduate from Silver Creek?
Graduated Silver Creek 2013.
And how many years? We're going to skip that one because you're still playing. So, well, I guess how long have you been playing lacrosse for?
I think probably around, stick probably always been around, but I think organizationally probably since like 4 or 5.
Could you just discuss some of your personal or team accomplishments you've accomplished over years in lacrosse?
In high school or just all across?
All across the board, I guess. Let's start with high school, I guess, and then we can go from there.
High school, I think my greatest accomplishments were probably always just playing with my brothers, and especially as you get older, realizing how significant that is and how much it helped my career to form brotherhood and form loyalty, which I feel like helps you in all aspects of life. So.
What do you currently do for work or your profession? I obviously know the answer.
I play lacrosse, and I'm also a mentor family liaison for Silver Creek.
Favorite memory of playing lacrosse at Silver Creek?
I have to say my first year, my 8th grade year, 2009, had a very young team. My brother Zach was a sophomore. The team had like 3 or 4 years of going through some rough patches, whether it was a really bad, record. And so the start of the year was the same thing. We were getting beat. But you can see us like getting better and growing and confidence growing. And then we ended up winning the section, but we got blown out by Gowanda, Salamanca, East Aurora, the top teams in the league in the beginning of the year. And just to see, that was my first time looking back on it, how if you continue to work hard and continue to climb the mountain, that you can always constantly get better in your game, and how a team can grow together and accomplish something. So that was by far my favorite moment.
So I just want to comment on that because I remember I was a volunteer coach at that time.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember specifically you guys played Gowanda and Salamanca back-to-back that week, and they were state ranked. Mm-hmm. And you ended up beating both of them by pretty good amounts there, especially the Salamanca game. I remember that coach was so mad at halftime. I don't know if you would remember, but at halftime he was making them do sprints from the
I do.
because he was so mad.
Yeah,
and how bad you guys were like taking it to him.
Yeah.
So that's got to be one of my favorite memories overall. Mm-hmm. That was definitely a good moment in Silver Creek lacrosse for sure.
Yeah.
Even just that turnaround, like you mentioned, like just going from
getting spanked by them in the beginning of the year,
and then like just
fighting
making that run. That was really impressive.
Yeah, we fought as teammates, but then you continue to grow and eventually find love for one another. And that's like I've seen it so much in sports, is that like when you have that love and compassion for your teammate, it's just sky's the limit of what you guys can accomplish, and like how it raises your game to another level that you didn't think you can get to. So.
Okay, so that kind of leads into this question a little bit. So what did you take away from lacrosse that helped you out your time in high school and even beyond high school?
So I still play lacrosse, but one thing I always take pride in is giving my all to that team, to those players, to that organization, and you expect the same thing back. And when those people are doing the same for you, you create this bond and this friendship and this love for one another. And I know like people throw the word around family or brothers around a lot, but that's really how it feels. So like in lacrosse being such a physical combat sport, and even like now, like you think of it as, all right, I'm preparing to go get beat up, I'm preparing to go in a battle, I'm preparing mentally and physically to get worn out, and how do you find the strength to keep going? So getting back to the answer is like that brotherhood you carry for one another, that's what helps you get you through it. So everyone has a goal, and that's to win a championship, or I don't even think it's a championship. I think it's those moments, those everlasting lifetime memories for not only us players but our families, community, organization, that it's priceless in the fact that you can't pay your way to get there. You can't like I said, you can't buy a championship, and I think that's the most important thing. And like, so when you accomplish that or don't accomplish it, which I'm fortunate enough to go through both. When you accomplish it, it's something that's you remember for the rest of your life and you carry with you for the rest of your life. And when you don't accomplish it, it's like you come even closer together, and you got to be there for each other even more. And you put your foot forward and you continue to fight. So I just love the whole team aspect, that lacrosse is the ultimate team game. I know, like, it's like an offensive star player is like a quarterback in football, important player, but it's not the whole team. And they get all the shine, but it's like an offensive lineman who's blocking for him. You know, like if this guy lets up, you know, if these two linemen have a bad day and the quarterback's under duress and he's gonna have a bad game. So it's the same thing like in lacrosse. Like you have your star players, but it's ultimately the most team organized team game that I've played.
I've been watching, DVDs from your the 2011 season,
Mm-hmm.
and one of the comments that one of the commentators on the video said was, with your brother Zach, that he controlled face-off so very often
Mm-hmm.
that he would control the face-off and he would channel the ball down to you, and like that was a huge part of your guys' success that season was Zach getting possession, and then just you guys working as a team. But
Yeah.
definitely, that part of his game was overlooked a little bit that season.
Yeah, I think even now, like in player, like Zach's always been like, even now, like I think he's one of the best lacrosse players I've ever played with. He is, and like just a little stuff, like whether it's like a little subtle stuff that your normal fan or even your normal commentator don't realize or recognize how important that part of the game is. But like when you the higher you go in levels of coaching or vice, people whose knowledge of the game, they know how important that stuff is. So like Zach was so good at calculating even where to tap the ball to make an easy ground ball for his teammate. Like that's not luck or those are possessions that you need, and every possession counts. So like little stuff like that, to take a face off, look up to see where I'm at or a wing guy's at, and be able to tap the ball or fling the ball that way so it's an easy ground ball for your teammate. It's like, or even like there's two guys and you pick up a ground ball and then you flick it, behind your back or a wrist or up to your teammate too, so that they can go on and carry the play. Like those are not easy plays. And I remember Zach, like he just didn't, he never got enough credit, because like lacrosse is to attract the fans, like they love goal scorers.
Yeah.
You need goal scorers, but they don't realize how the rest of the important part of lacrosse is. So the goal scorers are always going to get the shine. But like I said before, like it's the ultimate team game. So I know, like just growing with my lacrosse career, all the knowledge you gain, like you realize how important every single player on your team is.
So it's funny because even I want to say even when I played, like face-offs were kind of overlooked, and now they're giving guys full rights just for being a face-off specialist. And Trevor Batiste last year won MVP for PLL as a face-off specialist. So, any advice for any current student that's thinking about playing or currently playing right now?
Lacrosse? There's a lot. I would always say to try to enjoy it as much as you can, and just continue to be passionate, because I know just growing up with my childhood friends or even high school friends who were really good, who I thought were even better than me as a childhood, in our younger childhood, that as you get older, you fall out of love with the game. So I just think the more passionate you are about it, the game will carry you. So it's the type of game that the more you put into it, the better you're going to get at it. Like, I guarantee the reward is worth, staying passionate about it. You're never too cool to work hard. Lacrosse is for everyone in an aspect. Like, you can have totally two different body shapes and bring something totally different to the game. No matter what size you are or what you look like, you can always bring something to a lacrosse team. So that's why I love about it.
I get off topic or anything, but it kind of reminds me of myself. I enrolled at Genesee Community College right when they were starting a lacrosse team, and I knew, I could probably do something to get better, so I bought a stick, and I literally did not go anywhere without my stick. And it helped me out so much, and I ended up being a captain that year. What was it like to, along with Frank, be drafted into the professionals and then play against each other?
Yeah, when I got drafted, it was like, let's just, let's go to work, let's see what happens. But and then playing with Frank, I played with Frank for that half a year before he went to Rochester. But it was really good because we're really close friends in high school. I think just how life gets, like, he goes to one school, I go to another school. You get new friends, new team, new environment. You connect here and there, but we're not as close as we were. And then just to get that reconnection back, because we were roommates for a half a year and driving up to wherever, training camp or wherever we had to go, it just brought back, those memories, brought back that camaraderie we had, and just continued to build on our friendship that we've had for a very long time. And then playing against him, it was there's always respect there for every lacrosse player, more so with Frank because I grew up with him. But he knows there's an underlying rule in lacrosse. It's like when you step onto that floor or field, whether it's field or box, like, the only friends you have is your teammates. And if my childhood friend I grew up with is not on my team, I would find it disrespectful if he took it easy on me, So it's the same thing with Frank. So it's the same thing with all players. Like, you play hard and you give everything you have, regardless of who you're up against. And then afterwards, you respect each other, respect their games, you respect where they come from, respect them as people. But when you play, you just, they're trying to take your head off, they're trying to take mine off. So that's just how it is.
What does Black Knight Pride mean to you?
Black Knight Pride is very special to me in the aspect that I went here K through 12. All my siblings came here. A lot of memories. Hopefully I do my part now to give back to these kids and just continue the cycle of giving back that this school gave me. So I'm always going to be proud of coming from Silver Creek, even like questions now, like wherever team I go to, it's like, where are you from, hometown, and I always put Silver Creek just because I have it in me, and I'm always going to take pride in that.